everyone, welcome back to Nonsense Farm. This is a video that is 5 weeks in the making. I know it's been a while, but hopefully you'll understand why as I explain in this video. So a number of years ago, a couple of years ago, I raised out 4 heifers and had them processed for beef. So I have had cattle before. So I wanted to do another round. And if you follow me on social media, you know that I did get 3 steers in early May. Hold on, I've made notes about the dates. May 2nd, I got 3 steers delivered to Nonsense Farm. I was told they were trained to hot wire, and I had raised out cattle before, like I said, and so I assumed that it would be smooth sailing. Boy, was I wrong. I have been waiting to make this video, waiting for this story to be over, and even as of 6 o'clock this morning, it is not over. So I decided to go ahead and make this video so that you would understand what's been going on with the farm. And what I'm doing right now is processing dried oregano. So we're just going to chat while I am here processing this oregano. So like I said, May 2nd, 3 steers arrive at the farm. I have a paddock with single strand electric set up at the farm, and they did fine for the first few days. They did just fine. Then I gave them a pretty big paddock to start with. And then a week later, I wanted to move them to the next patch of grass. I like to move them around the farm rather than just give them like half the farm and fence it off. Even though my farm does have a perimeter fence, I like to manage where they are on the farm. Plus, there are just pure safety concerns about needing to manage where they are on the farm. Like, I have something like 15 beehives, and if the cattle decide that they want to rub up against it, because they'll rub their head against a tree or whatever because it feels good, I guess. If they decide to do that on a beehive, or they get running around, they can knock over those beehives. And I'm allergic to bee venom, so I'm very, very careful with the bees. And having a bunch of destroyed beehives on my farm certainly would be less than optimal. So it's very important that I control them. So May 2nd they got delivered. May 9th, I went to move them to the next paddock. They looked at me like I was an alien from outer space. We did not have a relationship yet. They did not trust me. They had plenty of grass still on their initial paddock, and they had no interest in moving to that next paddock, no matter what I tried. So I went ahead and did the single strand electric such that they could still be on their first paddock, but that they had a doorway to their second paddock so that they could meander their way over there as they saw fit. So that was May 9th. Then, eventually that week, they did move over to the new paddock, and so then I changed the electric such that they were then just restricted to the second paddock. The next time I came out to the farm, which was May 17th, so 8 days after I initially created that second paddock, one of them, who I have since come to call Handsome, on May 17th, that was the first time I discovered him outside the paddock. He was outside of it. So this was 3 foot tall, single strand electric. It's the same setup that completely controlled my heifers the whole 2 years that I had them. I never had one time did they break out of that electric. So this was all new to me. And then while I was trying to kind of get him back into where he needed to be, I witnessed him jump over the electric strand. Jump over it, just like the cow jumps over the moon. Only this, in my opinion, was much more alarming. So that was May 17th. So then May 20th, he apparently had a bit of bad influence on the other 2, such that when I got to the farm, they were all over the farm. They were all the way in the back. They had just been going all over the farm. I had hoof prints in some of my raised garden beds, which is another reason that the cattle needs to be controlled within the farm. They can't just have free range of everything. So I quickly went back and I got poultry netting, which isn't just a single strand, but it's actually, you know, a whole net. And I put it up around them in order to contain them. Then on May 23rd at 4:15 in the morning, I get a message on my phone from the water department out where the farm is that there's a water flow alert, which that's never good news. One time I left a hose on by mistake and went to Hawaii, and a farm visitor discovered it 3 days later. And I'm not even going to trouble you by telling you how much it costs to have a garden hose on for 3 whole days. It was expensive. So anyway, I take those water flow alerts seriously, and I immediately went out to the farm. Well, fast forward to say there was not a water flow.
Steer update. You will not believe this. So I walked the entire farm trying to find the water flow alert, and I couldn't find one. So I guess I'll have to wait till daylight and see what happens. But as I was walking back, I decided just to go ahead and get the thing of alfalfa that I had been trying to lure them with yesterday. And I just started shaking it, and all 3 of them just started running, not running, but coming quickly toward me. And so I just took it to the middle of the paddock, and they all 3 just walked in. This seriously, I count this as a miracle. So I quickly got the single strand electrified, put the fence up, and since this is a holiday weekend, I am going to just watch these guys and see what they do. I can tell that they're like, we've been had. So anyway, stay tuned.
This bucolic scene lasted about 10 hours. And then something motivated those steers to get out of the paddock, embrace the electric fence. There was something around them that made them want to tangle with the fence more than not. So this was on a Saturday. So Saturday night, they got out again. Sunday morning, I went to the farm before sunrise again because I had learned that they would follow me with alfalfa before sunrise. And lo and behold, I only had 2 steers, which steers are very expensive right now. These were about $2,300 a piece. So it's a big deal that one of them's gone. And so that was the Sunday of Memorial Day weekend. So then I had one more day to try and get them under control, and I was configuring the fence every which way, and it was blazing hot. Like there was no problem with how charged up the fence was. But that just every night they were getting out. So every morning I was heading out to the farm at sunrise to get them back in, and I would have varying levels of success with them staying in for a period of time. Anyway, and then that coming Thursday or Friday, I reached out to my cowboy friend that I bought them from, and I was like, I cannot handle these guys. I don't know what it is. You just have to come get them. They are too much for me. I cannot do it. And bear in mind, I had 4 heifers before, so it isn't like I just never had cattle before. Anyway, he said, okay, I can come on Sunday. Well, then as Friday I was ruminating in my mind, I thought, you know, I don't want this to be the end of me raising cattle. And so when I do it again, what I'm going to do different is I'm going to buy corral panels and make a round pen so that when I get new animals on my farm, they are in the round pen for a period of time until they get used to me, I get used to them, etc. And then I thought, you know, I could go ahead and just get corral panels now and make a round pen at my farm now, and I could put these guys in there for a couple of weeks and let them get used to where they are and try and figure out what I can do. I want a round pen anyway, so I can always have Ryan come get them next week. So I texted with him all day on Saturday about that. And he thought that was a good idea. So I went ahead on Sunday, I made an order at Tractor Supply, got them delivered. My good friend who's always up for some shenanigans came out and helped me set it up. The cows were the steers were right around their emotional support tree, so we just set up the corral panels right around them with the emotional support tree, and I left them there for about a week and a half. Then I made a little bitty paddock to where I opened a couple of gates of the corral panels, and they had a little area where they could graze, and they stayed in there. They stayed in there for like 5 days. And so then I was like, okay, well, we need to give them more. And I was feeding them hay all this time, so I wasn't starving them or anything. So then this past weekend, I made a paddock that included the emotional support tree and then crossed the driveway of the farm and then gave them a big area. And they stayed in there just fine. So then on Sunday, I cut off their access to the emotional support tree and just gave them their big paddock over on this side of the driveway, because having the driveway of the farm blocked is not a good time. So then it was Monday morning. I have Ring cameras out there, and so I looked at the Ring camera, and as the sun came up, I could see one animal, but I couldn't see the other one, so I waited a little longer till the sun came up more. And then, sure enough, I saw the other animal, and he was outside the paddock. I was like, ah! So I went back out to the farm Monday morning and moved those corral panels by myself over to where they were. They were eating hay and drinking water. I had moved him back in. Anyway, I put the corral panels around them. So right now their status is that they have been blocked off from their emotional support tree, and they are over on the side of the driveway. And tomorrow I will open those corral panel doors and let them have access to the whole paddock. Now, did the animal jump out of the paddock? Did something force him out of the hot wire? Or did something about the way that I set up the paddock, was it weak and it fell down? I'm really not sure. And that part isn't on the camera, so I don't know. But here's the other thing, something that Ryan mentioned. He said one time that was happening with some animals of mine, and it turned out it was a dog running them around, which there is a puppy, an older puppy, pit bull next door. And so part of what I am doing now is, so I have a wire at like 4 feet, but then I also have a second wire like at 1 foot. And so if a dog tries to get in, the dog will get shocked, which it only takes one really good shock, and most dogs figure out that that's not something they want to be a part of. My own Thena, the farm dog, discovered that hot wire that first day, just like she had to discover the hot wire that's around the chickens, so she doesn't bother them, and now she doesn't bother the cows, or the steers. So that's where we are right now. They are currently in a round pen. Tomorrow I will give them access to the rest of the paddock again, and we will see how they do. It is an ongoing thing. I solicit your comments, especially if you've ever raised cattle before. And yes, I know, I'm a woman raised in the suburbs in her 60s, and here I am having cattle. What business do I have? But that's where we are, and that's what we're doing. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't. Watch all my videos, and I will see you on the next one.